Your Name. Great movie. Hello there, namaste. So, Your Name is an anime movie that features body swap, that features time travel, that features romance. And I gotta say, it's just phenomenally done. It follows primarily the girl character as she's going through her day and everyone's telling her, "Oh, you said this, you said this, you said this." And it turns out she's body swapping with a guy that lives in Tokyo because she wants to move to Tokyo badly. The guy himself has like a mind fart of what he did the previous day. And it's interesting because the film starts off in a place which you realize is near the end of the film, but it's also the beginning of the film because well, of course, it features body swap, it features time travel, it features romance. It's got to have something like that, which kind of ties it all together. Because the guy calls out, "What's your name?" She pulls off a ribbon, that's all you see, and she shouts her name, and then boom, skip to present where she's in her little village. But this film literally starts off very wholesome and playful. What does a guy do when he's in a woman's body? What does a woman do when they're in a guy's body? It I gotta say, I found it funny, but it also hits hard as you realize what's going on. As you realize, because my first thought was like, okay, first thing I do is jot my number down and try to send myself a text. But it turns out their minds are like forced to forget certain things. They know they're in someone else's body, but they just don't think to send messages. And there's a reason for that. Everything is kind of like plays out so perfectly, and it hurts when you realize what is actually going on. The fact that they aren't allowed to meet, it's like they were perfect for each other. And that this is, for someone like me, this hits close to home because, well, they're both in Japan. One's in a small little village, one's in Tokyo. For me, I'm here in California, and my wife is in India right now, and it's a different story. But at the same time, it hits close to home because when you can't be with the one you want to be with. But imagine knowing that your mate is out there and then forgetting about them immediately. That's like a common occurrence throughout this, and it's absolutely fascinating. I absolutely love this movie. It hits close to home for me. The romance aspect, the fact that they're constantly trying to that's what relationships do. You bring out the best in the other person. You make them want to better themselves. You trust the other person. You feel hurt when they don't succeed. You feel hurt and you feel lost. Even if they don't remember them, they know they feel broken inside because they're supposed to be with this person. That's a relationship nailed down to how it should be. And I got to say, I absolutely love this film because I normally have issues with like time travel where you manipulate time and you change things and it leaves a whole bunch of loopholes. But this is anime. There's always a few loopholes and I freaking loved it because throughout you have the body swap chapter which turns into like this fatal ending which leads into another story where you're trying to find your love only to find out that it leads into another story where they just don't know anything because the kid, as romantic as he was, didn't let his name be known on the palm of her hand. I mean, it is his own fault. As much as it hurt, because when we read that in the moment, it's just like we knew what was being written. We absolutely knew. We didn't need it to be. We knew what was there, but it just made it harder after the fact. Much harder. It's just I love this film. I love how it ends. It's tragic but happy because the tragedy is the fact that it took them so long to be together. Like for me, for instance, it's the dealing with the government. That's the huge headache. That's what takes things forever. But this film, absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely recommend this film. Your Name is just so well done, so down the route of like anime, so down the route of like characters being bubbly, bouncing off each other. Just it well written characters, okay? Give anime and non-Western media what its dues. It's well written. You have characters who are well written characters. You know who each person is. You know who the sister is. You know who the friends are. You know who the potential girlfriend for the lead male character is. You know who the grandmother is. You know who the deadbeat father of the lead female character is. I mean, it's all well established. You know everything that's going on. You know who all the characters are. Sure, I don't know all their names. I know Taki and then Mitsuki, whatever her name was. I wouldn't be able to pronounce it. I kept reading the subtitles continuously because I'm not a dunce. I will always watch it in its original language. Let's be honest. Things are meant to be watched in their original language. You can't trust someone who has to watch everything in their own native tongue. No. It has to be done in its original language, and you have to read subtitles. You got to do it its respect. It's due respect. Anyway, I absolutely recommend this film. Your Name, absolutely phenomenal, absolutely well done. I didn't think much of it when I saw the trailer for it because my wife forced me to watch the trailer, and I'm just like, it looks like a typical anime romance. It's got a comet flying through the skies. What does that have to do with anything? It has a lot. It has a lot. Thank y'all for watching. Talk to you next time. Doodles.
You guys got a video? So bad.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait, wait on that.